Hello, how's it, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel for my returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for the continuous love.
Hello.
And yeah, the likes, the comments, everything. And if you're new to this channel, you know what to do, man. Just click on the subscribe button. You will not regret it at all. Yeah, this is the best channel to be.
Yes, and welcome to. Hey, Christian, it's my YouTube channel.
I don't know who asked you to do an intro for me, but anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, guys. So today I have Mr. Husband as our guest.
The returnee.
A returnee.
Yeah, bo.
He's featuring again in our video. So today we basically gonna speak about Lobola.
Yes.
What happens not to slung.
What
Slung Savale.
in a process?
But what's the process? Lobola,
Yes.
and what we had to prepare prior to it, and we just gonna chat about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy. Wow. So basically, I think I'm gonna need your input a lot in this video, because I think Lobola, as much as it's for joint union, but most of the responsibility sits with you.
Yes.
So from your side, what did you have to prepare? Like, what were the first steps of Lobola? Like,
yeah,
take me through that.
So the first step is to actually after you propose, for me, after I propose, my proposal had a letter with it. So it wasn't just a proposal. I wrote a letter, and a letter I didn't write it myself. Umkhulu wami actually uyongisizile ukuthi sibhale sihlanganise and then sisende khabo umbali. I didn't send it. I just gave it to Umbali because Akumbula then Besafat then said that, but I think that we can boy higher and then went to proposal.
That's Besafat then said. Okay. So, and then in the letter, like,
so in the letter is my family. We obviously, you know how to write the letter.
They don't know. That's why we're doing this video. We want to inform them.
No, you write it in a formal way, like your normal formal letter. When you write, like, it's your address, your introduction, and who are you writing it to, or who it may concern. And then in the letter we sibhaling a spade. So it was like Tina baga Rona baga sifani so re boni umkhulu wami ibhale kanje things akhumbula Rona baga mohlala what nrata go tla re tlo buledishana le lena ka taba ya sego sa metsi.
Yes.
Yeah.
What does that mean in simple English?
So in simple English is basically your daughter. Okay, it's something like that. I'm gonna win. Guys.
I think the letter says we'd like to come and discuss about this precious whatever we've seen in the family. So we want to come and discuss that. So they don't really say what they're going to do,
or we don't even include your name.
No, they don't include.
We don't even include your name.
Yeah, my name.
So if family Kabumbali then will read that letter, and then after reading the letter, they'll have to accept, and then respond. So
so he gave me the letter.
Yeah,
I gave it to my mom.
Yes.
They read it, obviously. The letter also discussed, because they need to propose a date when they want to come through. And then my parents need to say whether they're comfortable with the date or not, or maybe propose another date.
Yes.
So my family were cool with the date, and we wrote a letter back saying that, okay, we've received a letter.
Yep.
You can come through on the date.
On the date. So we actually request a date. On the letter, we actually you'd like to come on this day. And ukumbule, when the date that you put there, it's the date that you must make sure at least your pockets have money, because you can't just pick a date and then figure but you don't have money.
Yeah.
Okay. And because of with us, Lobola, in my culture, it's done in 2 phases. It's 2 phases. So the first time you can't just go and pay off the first time whatever amount abantu bakini bazoyifunayo, you know.
So basically the first time is like an intro, not an intro. Hey, what am I saying? The first time it's like a negotiate.
It's also negotiations.
Yes, so it's negotiations of the price,
right? And also building a relationship.
I know that, but I'm just saying like the main is to negotiate the price.
Yes.
And then even though you're negotiating, you should have something in your pocket.
Yes.
So even though like you don't know how much they will want, but at least have something to show for that day.
Yeah, to show, and share.
And to leave it behind. Because you can't just go and say, okay, I want to negotiate, and then...
And what's nice is, before imali ipuma, let's say, for example, guys, budget 5,000, for instance. My budget is 5,000 for the first phase or the first day of Lobola. And then I get at Mbali's house, but no, we're going to charge you 20,000. 20,000 for everything, like room shelter, whatever. With that 5,000, it's up to you whether you leave 2,000 or you leave 1,000 or you leave whatever amount. But remember, the balance you still need to pay.
When the second time,
the second phase, and now the balance you need to pay like in full. Should imagine take. Once off it's like hey. Whatever. So but for me that day, whatever money they being now is coming like I left that money. I came back basically home without nothing for call, and on top of that, my brother-in-law now who's Fiso. We actually long time in 6-pack because of we arrived late at Mbali's house on the day, so we were punished. It's a punishment.
It's punishment because
so what I don't know.
In Lobola, basically, when the guy's family used to come to my family, they need to come in the morning. So that's the rule. But they came at 12, which is disrespectful, right? So Usfiso was well within his rights to want something. And just to put this out there, the money that they get from the gate,
where does it go from?
I want to tell you that. From disrespect, that's their money. So the people who are negotiating will share that money and drink it. Sometimes they drink it on the day, others
but still, okay, baby. Sorry.
So it has nothing to do with the Lobola amount.
6-pack.
Who's Fiso? How much they will want, but at least have something to show for that day.
To show, and share.
And to leave it behind. Because you can't just go and say, okay, I want to...
And what's nice is, before imali ipuma, let's say, for example, guys, budget 5,000, for instance. My budget is 5,000 for the first phase or the first day of Lobola. And then I get at Mbali's house, but no, we're going to charge you 20,000. 20,000 for everything, like room shelter, whatever. With that 5,000, it's up to you whether you leave 2,000 or you leave 1,000 or you leave whatever amount. But remember, the balance you still need to pay.
When the second time,
the second phase, and now the balance you need to pay like in full. Should imagine take. Once off it's like hey. Whatever. So but for me that day, whatever money they being now is coming like I left that money. I came back basically home without nothing for call, and on top of that, my brother-in-law now who's Fiso. We actually long time in 6-pack because of we arrived late at Mbali's house on the day, so we were punished. It's a punishment.
It's punishment because
so what I don't know.
In Lobola, basically, when the guy's family used to come to my family, they need to come in the morning. So that's the rule. But they came at 12, which is disrespectful, right? So Usfiso was well within his rights to want something. And just to put this out there, the money that they get from the gate,
where does it go from?
Yeah, I want to tell you that from disrespect, that's their money. So the people who are negotiating will share that money and drink it. Sometimes they drink it on the day, others,
but still, okay, baby. Sorry,
so it has nothing to do with the Lobola amount.
6 pack.
Who's fiso?
And while kulama negotiations, but at that time, I also have alcohol for them in my car for the celebration.
Oh yes, so let's explain actually. Yeah. So day one. So let's start the scenario from day one. I think we lost trail there, but day one, the guy's family arrives at the gate, regardless of whatever time they've arrived. So they arrived late. Yes. Since they arrived late, my family. So basically, I'm not supposed to be in the scene, so I'm in the bedroom. Boketo is not supposed to be in the scene.
Yeah, I'm not allowed
basically,
to be there.
He's not even supposed to be close 2 centimeters there, but he was there hiding in the car.
In the security car.
In the car. Because if they had found him, he would have paid more money.
So it was going to be another punishment. It's like disrespect.
Number 2.
Yeah, number 2.
Okay, so we go, and then at the gates, they're going to tell them, it's okay. We're not going to open for you because you are late. Yeah. And sometimes they don't even speak. Like they'll stand there at the gates. Well, my family will stand at the gates, and then you guys need to say, okay, here's money for Ivulamlo.
But when I didn't see what
was happening.
So let me tell you at the gate
what happened. Tell me. Sorry, I'm forward.
So we got there around 12, 10 past 12, 5 past 10, 10 past 12. Ebakabo Mbadi, they actually didn't want to come out for like 20 minutes. Yeah, we literally waited outside for 20
so when you guys get to the gate, what do you say?
So when we get to the gate, my uncles will come to your gate. They'll knock. They'll do they'll introduce themselves from the gate.
They introduced themselves.
Yeah.
Don't say they will.
Okay. They introduce themselves from the gate, and then balogu baya shola pa Tina rona ba ha kai reguleleng aba. And then because now bakwatile. Yo, they like buy a taxi sabo, and on top of that, baza bang fine same time.
Okay, so now they finally opened after 20 minutes.
But before they opened, finally opened, they fined me first. So if fine corner, they were battling actually regarding fine like 18. So Sfiso came out. Sasa Kipima, Sfiso went back inside, didn't come out for like another 10 minutes. Sfiso came inside, another fine. So it's like he wasn't happy with the money that we gave him.
Yeah.
So I don't know what Malin, but yes, this guy. So finally agreed the amount that we gave him at the gate. So he accepted that amount. They opened. He walked them inside. They went inside. And then for like a while, I don't know. Yeah, the negotiations started inside, so I was outside. I don't know what to win.
So before, like I know usually, because I've seen this happen in my family with other lobolas. I didn't see my lobola allowed to be in the room, but usually I know the guy's family will come in with a bottle.
Yes.
And then put the bottle on the table to start the negotiations, because they say ivulamlomo. Ivulamlomo means like we will open our mouths only if you give us something.
Yeah, that's it. But after I think after how long? I think 15-20 minutes. My one uncle came out like, sweating. Guys, the negotiations are not easy like we think, my uncle like was sweating. I don't know that time. Ngapa like ngathi umuntu ofuna ukukhala or umuntu ocomplainayo. I can't think what did you guys agree on the amount? Do you know what? I'm like, in fact, no, but this is what I've discussed with my wife.
Okay.
So obviously, me speaking to my wife, then it means
she has spoken to her family.
She has spoken to her family.
Yeah.
But I know that Guzobanama challenges where your disagreement regarding whatever price. And then I then phoned your mom because there was no solution. So everyone is out. My other uncles are outside the house, selling apart, like said we argument because I remember my other auntie from my father's side, but she actually motivated me with, that's the amount that they want, and when you don't have to work towards it, leave whatever that you have, and then go make sure that you work hard and you come and finish, because at the end of the day she's going to be your wife and you're going to build a life together.
Yeah. And then you called my mom.
And then because now I see no before I called your mom, they went back inside to try and negotiate.
Yeah.
When they went inside, because of now I told them the amount that I have, and then they went inside to negotiate on that amount. So still there was no progress. But then they came back again outside now. And then when they came back again outside, I was like, yo, guys, that time I'm shivering. I was shaking, I was thinking a lot, my mind was everywhere. I was like,
did you ever think of saying, fuck, I'm leaving?
No. Truly speaking, no. I don't think easy, but what I was thinking was, can they just accept whatever that I'm...
So I think also the challenging part is that even though the husband or my husband would say, okay, it's fine, but his family also has that thing which they can't charge for that much. Do you understand? So most of the time, the decisions that have nothing to do with you, even though you will say, okay, it's fine, let them charge us that. They will fight on your behalf.
Yes, for
basically,
sure.
right? So that's what happened.
Yeah, because
and that's what was frustrating you.
Yes, and another thing was, even the amount that your family charged us, my family was like, they were totally against it, so they had to actually go back and renegotiate.
Yeah.
So to solve everything, because that time I was panicking, my man was everywhere. I remember I was sitting in the front seat, driver's seat, with my friend, and then Bali's mom called me, and then when she phoned me, she walked outside the house so I could see her, because I was outside but somewhere hiding, So as she walked outside, she phoned me. And then we spoke over the phone to actually, see and then obviously the price, I know she knows the price and I know the price. So she was like, "Is it too much?" I'm like, "Yo, mommy, I think it's heavy.
Yeah.
But can we work around something?" And then a compromise, And then we definitely did get to a compromise. I don't know how Mama Gambala Yunzile, but when Bali's mom went back to the house, I just heard people screaming, celebrating, and it wasn't.
Okay, so I think to explain it from my side, right? I think it's important to have a good relationship with your parents, and to discuss and be honest when it comes to your guys' budget, because right now it's gonna be our budget, right? Even though he was taking out the money himself, he saved for it, but in some way or another, it's gonna affect me as well, right? So I think it's important to have an understanding that Lobola is not about paying for something or to buy something, or it means like you are worth whatever, right? So it's about two families coming together, and it's about appreciation.
Yes.
And it's not about buying someone, because the minute you put in worth, you're gonna think whatever amount you're not worthy of it, right? And it's gonna go haywire. Where it's about bringing the two families together, and also thinking as a couple, what type of ceremonies do you want to do after the Lobola celebration? So ours was that we just want to have a traditional wedding. We do not want to have a white wedding right now, because we know the type of wedding we wanted, and we wanted to wait.
Because I remember the first time, so during that process, the first time, my uncle was busy, my other one uncle was busy coming up and down to me just to get some questions,
Yeah.
So he did ask me whether, are you guys want to get married white wedding or traditionally, and then I was like, no. For now, it's gonna be tradition. That's we wanted. Because for more of us, we did wanted to get married, but it was more of, because we were staying together, and then we wanted to actually respect and
just do the formalities of the two families.
Yeah, so we know we are blessed, we are united, and then,
Basically, I think the most important thing, right, is to be honest with your family and tell them, okay, this is our plan. So our plan basically was a traditional wedding, and therefore the amount that was requested couldn't have been like a lot, right? It was a lot, but it wasn't like that much, because the minute you also include white wedding, the amount becomes higher. because remember, okay, well, families are not the same, but from my family, the money that we received from Koketso's family was going to be used for the wedding as well. Even though my family will take some portion for whatever, but most of it is used for the actual event.
Yeah.
And the deco food, all of that shabam, and right? And gifts and whatever. So obviously, if you're gonna include white wedding in that whole thing, then the amount's gonna go high. I mean, it only makes sense, right?
And you know what? For me, why I chose a traditional wedding. It's because of that's my culture. So for me, it's better to start
there. That's the basis.
That's the basis.
Yeah.
When I'm Kaleleyo, then I know what I'm sorted, because that one requires abu maluma, abu mkulu, uguhlabwa, uguphahla, all these other things. Whereas I felt if that time I should have maybe just said maybe let's go for a white wedding in tradition. We were not going to enjoy our white wedding, because for me, white wedding manitata, it's more of a stylish, not a celebration, a stylish wedding. Like yes, our wedding is also stylish, but it's more of like amache, amatai, amasuit.
I think it also like I'm gonna go back to history. But it's not our wedding. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to history. I'm not a political person, or I don't like politics, but I know in terms of me and my aspect of a African tradition, because a white wedding is also a traditional wedding, but a westernized tradition, right? Yes. So I'm going to say African traditional weddings. Back in the days, like, because of, I think, being colonized and whatever, we took so much of Western culture, we left our culture, right? But I like our generation so much because we have awoken that Africanness, definitely. Right? So for me, I even had a debate with my mom because she was stuck in the whole fact that you need to go out the house with a white dress. And I'm again, like, whose culture is that?
And again, they should imagine people rather start in a white wedding than a traditional wedding.
Yes.
Okay.
Black people. Let's talk about black people.
Most of them. And I think about Tabakdala. I think in our generation, we actually But you can't jump into white and then you go and finish with your tradition. I mean, like, you need to start by tradition, because for us, we slaughter. We slaughter fish.
There are basically, there are
and another thing,
things we need to do.
Another thing is what I've noticed is there are people who actually do a white wedding, Lobola. Before they even jump to Lobola. So,
so we're not trying to be gods to tell you what to do, but from my experiences, because I've also seen old people that just had a white wedding and then they've never had a traditional wedding, and you find them at their 40s or 50s having to do that traditional wedding because wherever they went, they were told that whatever union you guys were trying to is not working because the families or the ancestors are not they don't know each other.
I remember my grandfather and my grandmother also went through. They went battling a white wedding instead of tradition, and then later on, and then they were like, no, but anhlabanga, aninzanga. Asimazi kahle lo makoti. Anihlabelanga. We don't. Ngesingisi then amagisi uyanfanele kuyamazi maybe, but thina asimazi.
So I think also another thing that plays a huge role is I'll go I don't mean to be sensitive to other people, but I know Christianity plays a big role in terms of people choosing to do white weddings because they feel traditional weddings you're praising or you're worshiping your ancestors, right? And I have a different perspective of it. For me, ancestors is bloodline. For me, ancestors is it's my family. Even though they are not here physically, I'm not praising them in any way, but I am acknowledging them, right? To say that, okay, this is my lineage, this is my bloodline, and I have to tell them what's going on in my life, and I need to introduce the person I'm with to them, right? Because now it's two families coming together. And I think sometimes we tend to feel like if ever you're a Christian or you're praising God and you do these certain traditional parts of your culture, right? You are messing with God. For me, I don't think it's that way. I also believe in God, but I also feel like my ancestors play a big part in my life and in my role. So yeah, for me that was the biggest thing, guys. I didn't want to compromise on the traditional ceremony. I wanted everything to happen right. Yeah, even me and my mom's baba. Yo, we had a huge argument. As the coquettes, like it was a huge one because she was like, "No, you need to wear a white dress before the Lobola, ne?
Yeah.
You need to wear a white dress. You need to come out of the house with a white dress." And I'm like, who said that? What does a white dress say? Like, what is the significance of a white dress? Like, what is it, right? Because sometimes I also think parents, because my mom never got married, I think sometimes it was also her dream, you know? So sometimes our parents live their dreams through us, right? So I think I had to sit her down.
And you need to remember, Umamako is also part of Labantu Vele Baktala, where
where it was white.
A wedding was a white dress.
Yeah, a wedding was a white dress
for them.
Yes, yeah. I love it. I love it. You know, so I sat with her to a point where afterwards, after we did our whole traditional wedding, and she saw how many other people were doing it, and she was like, you know, actually, yeah, man, this is the way it's meant to be, you know, because it doesn't mean because it's African traditional, it needs to be boring. We modernized our outfits.
And again, I think there's a difference to the actual event of a white wedding and a traditional wedding. Yeah, but for the traditional wedding,
you can be as ratchet as you want.
Everyone is there. And then the alcohol, especially as a guy, so
yeah,
but in non-traditional wedding, because everyone is there. Like you are around your area.
So, and I think also it for me, our traditional wedding, yes, we're moving away from Lobola, but our traditional wedding was so nice because the theme obviously was traditional, right? African traditional wedding. So people came with so many diverse outfits. Like it was so nice to see that our country is mixed with so many great things. And even white people, but they were wearing
and they were wearing traditional traditional attire, like our traditional attire. You know,
right?
That's what's so nice.
It was so nice.
Was very nice.
And what was also nice was the food, right?
And because
I insisted. I was like, it's an African traditional wedding. We're gonna have African traditional food. I'm not gonna have rice and fancy salads. I'm gonna have pap. I'm gonna have sam. I'm gonna have, you know,
tradition.
So they also enjoyed that, you know. So yeah, I think I'm going to the wedding. I say, but Lobola, guys, that's basically
so
it.
Then just to cut it short, the first phase So now before everything, now there's a letter actually. They now sit together.
Yes.
They write on that letter the agreement, and then each and everyone on the table signs.
Yes.
Okay, but I don't have the letter. Like I saw the letter, but I don't keep the letter. My grandfather has the letter.
So that letter, right? Right now, even though you're not married at home affairs and you just had a traditional wedding and you didn't sign anywhere, that letter actually serves purpose, like it serves as proof of the wedding. So let's say you guys have shares into everything of each other. We keep our archives.
But it was nice. First day, it was very nice, and then we went back home. I went partying, obviously. Keep stress, drink. Second phase. So
drinking with my friends.
Remember,
so nice.
I said it's 2 phases. I went 3 times. I went 3 times. It wasn't 2 times. I went. My one is 3 phases.
Yeah.
Okay. The second one.
Because every time there's a negotiation, our family needs to cook, you know, and our family we are the shits.
Yeah.
We do the things that need to be done. So lava besebas use about
not really. No, not really, guys. It's a matter of not meeting the deadline for the balance.
Yeah.
So things are short because it was still a lot.
And the date was already set.
And the date was already set.
And you can't reverse it.
And I can't reverse the date.
I'm like,
Papa, can we reverse the date? It's like
That's not
you know what? It's fine. I'll try. You know what?
Take out what you have.
I'll take out whatever I have because of I can things This is what I have. Eating but I know we are not done. And what's nice was the date was set for December.
The wedding.
The wedding was set for December.
Yeah.
And then for me to come back was I think 2 weeks before December.
The last
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
No, I'm saying the last time you had to come back.
Yeah, the last time. Yeah,
third time was 2 weeks prior to the wedding.
Yeah, prior to the wedding. So I went in Shota, and then no, you know what? My family continued. Actually, I also appreciate me going the second time before the third time, because the second time was from my side. Abu Malume Bam Labing Batatile. I took like my my uncles, but from my father's side, I had my father's sister and my father's brother. That's fine. But on my mother's side, the first time I had like my mom's cousin, my mom's younger brother, my mother's who again? No. Okay, my mom's stepsister. Yeah. So I didn't have like Abu Sisbaga mom. Those who are close to her, my aunts, you know. And then they went the first time, it went successfully, they came back, and then the second time, that's when I took
most of your aunts.
Most of my aunts to actually go and also meet the family, you know. And then they came back, and then I had at least the balance they said that to finish everything wasn't too much, you know, it wasn't too much. And then that happened actually day before the wedding. It was Friday when Simbes members, remember Friday book members. Yeah, actually I picked the balance that day.
Oh yeah, I remember. I remember. So, the reason why that was done was because usually when you bring the balance or like when you come to finish off, there needs to be a ceremony that happens. So that's why we did it a night before the actual event wedding, because we had to slaughter, and you can't do that basically. So we felt like let's not waste money and do a lot of ceremonies. So we did it before
the night before
the actual wedding, which was gonna be the Saturday.
And then Friday it was
we did it on my birthday.
On your birthday, on the 15th it was a Friday. And I was also late for members that day. The day of the balance, I wasn't actually there, but I did send my uncles. They paid it off, finished, klar. You know, I don't owe them. Done deal. Now it's actually a matter of exchanging of gifts. Okay, so how we know about my gifts is the second time that I went Kabumbali, they actually gave me a list of Mbali's family. Father,
guys,
mother,
trust me.
Uncle,
Yamana, that's the most complicated part
guys,
of Lobola, because the list will include my father's grandfather's father who has passed on. They're gonna say that father's grandfather of a father wants a stick, and then there's gonna be an uncle of an aunt of a mother. That doesn't make sense, but like I'm just trying to show you how complicated the list can get. And mostly the things that are required are blankets, sticks, a hat, a jacket, you know, those type of things.
And
right?
I bought that day. Isn't it a family again?
Yeah.
I bought on a Friday. That's why I was late.
Yeah. I think for me, my mom was a blessing.
Yeah, your mother.
God bless her soul, because she handled everything when it came to. Obviously she had the money, so she handled everything. I told her the deco person that I wanted for the day, right? And then the money was given to me to pay to the deco person, and then it was what is this? The list, right? So she handled buying the whole blankets, and I didn't have to worry. Like food, she handled going to buy the food and the drinks and, you know, things like that. So she was basically my event planner, you know. So I was blessed, man. God had blessed me with
and I think you were more relaxed, like you were more chilled. Mina, baby, a lot was going on. Guys.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is it's important to have family support, right? But because our dynamics and our situations are not the same, sometimes even friendship support means a lot. Right? So find friends who are gonna help you out. Don't find friends who are gonna stress you on the day. You don't need that. Find friends who are gonna be supportive because it's your day. I find that most people end up making it about them, whereas it's about you two guys. Be selfish for yourself and as a couple, you know, and have friends who are gonna give you that support. Like for us, we had friends who supported us through and through. I won't lie, like they were there.
Yeah. I know our friends and our bridesmaids, groomsmen, they were there, guys. Okay, too much, but you know what? I had fun.
Let's not even go there. Guys, that's another video of the wedding and how they stressed me. You know? Yeah, I think it has its stresses. Let me not lie. We're not gonna glorify it, but it's a blessing that we were able to do it. And
cash, ne? Not loan.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
Akaya loan, ne? Akaya ko honga, akaya ko FNB. Kinyeti content ka ba broke January, but eventually ka recover, ka hooka back, then ka ba sharp. So advice, if you want to actually, what's the word, baby? To actually appreciate you.
To basically not go into a wedding with debt.
Yeah.
Try to do it cash. If you don't have cash, like try to save.
Yeah.
You know, as he said, there were times where he didn't have the full amount, but at the end you make means with the money that. So yeah, guys, that's Lobola in a nutshell. Bringing the two families together and making sure that we do things accordingly. Okay? So we're just gonna that car. We're shooting outside, guys. Don't mind that. But anyway, so what would you give? Not give advice, but what do you think are the important things to note when you're a guy?
Okay.
Prior to you going to Lobola your girlfriend or fiance at the time.
Is it 5 things? Or?
Yeah, let's make it 5 things.
Should we make it 5? Okay.
Yeah, let's make it 5.
Number 1 is money. And with money advice that don't do it via a loan. For me is compromise, save up, and we enter from your own pocket. Number 2 for me would be a procedure yokuhlabisa. Okay. Ukuthi ihamba kahle. You can seek advice to your elders, because remember, masukuhlabwa, your grandfather, your father, your mother, they are not there. It's your uncles. So you just need to make sure that everything goes according to a proper process or a plan. And then and number 3 for me would be what would be going number 3? Number 3 would be family support. You know? Family support is important.
Don't be scared to ask for support.
Don't be scared to ask
your friends. Find reliable
friends who are willing to assist you, because ukshada it's a big thing. The ceremony requires a lot of changing. I won't say what's enough, but something that will actually work for the both of you, but within the budget
you've set up.
You've set up.
But when we say support, we don't necessarily mean monetary support, but support in general, because there's so many things that need to happen, and you need to delegate some things. Don't put the stress on yourselves.
Use your friends, ask them to help you out, you know. And then that's number 3, ne?
I can say the other 2.
Well, I'm thinking of the other 2.
No, it's fine. You can give 3. I'll give 2.
But I think okay.
You still have another one
to add. I'll see
okay. To add. I think this is gonna be 6 things. But anyway, from my side, I think as a girl, it's important to discuss the budget, obviously, with your family prior to the guy coming through. Because I find that as ladies, we have a tendency of telling our family and whatever. I would advise you not to do that, because it's gonna set expectations high, and it's gonna be, just think about the 2 of you, because at the end of the day, after the whole ceremony is done, or after the whole lobola and the wedding, you 2 will be left together with the whole stress of money. Think for your partner and discuss, like have deep conversations and actually make it plain and simple. And discuss into imali. I think one last advice: enjoy. More than anything, be in the process and enjoy. I find that we get caught up in so many things that you end up not enjoying the moment, right? So enjoyment.
And another thing, like I said, maybe to add is, in terms of delegating tasks through the process, delegate tasks to people that you know that you
that
can
are reliable,
more reliable. Because if you get people, sometimes I would now, so there are those ones who try to sabotage you there and there, but just get someone which is more reliable, someone which what. I know which my says like everything is going
count on that person.
And another thing, so important for me, the last one, which is 5. I think I've made my five advices. The last one on the list. If you guys want to do some exchanging of rings like Minanombali through a traditional wedding, it's more welcome, guys, to actually including your ancestors and Unkulunku, which is obviously a priest being involved in your ceremony. That's also important, and it worked for us because it's like we not only combining our ancestors, we also blessing a marriage.
Yes. So we include God as well.
God. So
so I think it's also I like what he said, because it's also like we feel African traditional weddings are not like God is not involved in it, right? But our center of everything was actually God, because we asked from guidance from him, and we also included him in the process. We had a priest. It was like it's a wedding. It's a wedding. We're getting to wedding, but hey, Lobola. Guys, so that's basically it. So if you're a guy, girl, trying to go through this whole Lobola journey, you can use our advice, guys. It will, I think it will work out. Good luck with those who are planning on starting this journey. It's a difficult one, but it has its benefits. So that's all we have to say on today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being loyal and subscribing. If you're a newbie, you know what to do. Just click on the subscribe button and you will be part of this wonderful channel. So any last words?
You know what? From my side, I think
you've said it all.
I've said it all.
Do you want to say bye to my people?
Good luck and bye bye to Mbali's people. Sounded like a jealous husband. I'm joking. But I'd like to say good luck to those who are also going through the or who are about to go through the same planning or the process, Lobola. And good luck, guys. All the best. All the best.
And tell us what you think about outfits.
I
actually wore this at my friend's mother's wedding, and he wore this at our wedding. Our wedding. Your wedding.
It was Sunday.
At our wedding.
But
on the Sunday he wore this. So thank you so much for watching. We love you and peace out.
Away.